Hi, I'm Kelly Dean from the Tummy Team, and I want to tell you a little bit about planks. And we get a lot of questions about traditional ab work, what's good, what's not, and I think we've made it pretty clear why crunches are not really good for your body, why crunches don't work the way people think they're going to work, and we have a whole video on why crunches don't work. However, the new craze in abdominal work is planks and doing planks and variety of planks and planking, and there's a lot of questions about why can't I plank? Why shouldn't I plank? And the plank is not the worst exercise you could do for your core because it does elongate your core, it doesn't crunch you. However, we have a couple of problems with planks where we feel like we could just give you better exercises to do. All right, so the plank position is not very functional. Being in that kind of down position on your elbows, there's nothing else you really do in that position in your life. Our bodies were designed to be upright and to be elongated and to be kind of living against gravity this way, not necessarily this way. So it doesn't, that exercise doesn't translate into function and functional strength that we want you to have. So that's our main issue, but then there's some specifics with it. Most people are not strong enough to do a plank well, so they start to compensate, and compensation starts to look like upper body or lower body gripping, shoulders rounding, tail tucking, holding the breath, the stomach bulging, bracing. All of those things are not actually helping the corset wrap around, pull in, and elongate you. So if you're trying to do a core exercise but your butt is clenching so much, all the signals that your brain are hearing are butt clenching, not necessarily core strengthening. That being said, the gravity dependent position of a plank can be especially troublesome for somebody that has a diastasis. So a diastasis is the separation of the abdominal wall where the connective tissue that should be solid like silly putty is more stretched like cellophane, and now the organs are in a vulnerable position. So if you put a belly that has a diastasis in a downward position and it's separated, all of those organs kind of drop down and put more pressure on that connective tissue. That keeps the connective tissue from being able to heal. So even though you're not crunching and bulging, just the gravity dependent position is not all that great. So what do? We actually recommend upright functional movement, upright core work, standing, sitting, but being upright against gravity, and multitasking functional integration. So using your corset on the work of all the exercises you do all day long. All right, so that is our hope. Now, I am going to go over a couple of things about form in a plank because there are some things that plank can be beneficial for if you have a closed diastasis and if you're doing it right. Now, most planks should not be held for more than 30 seconds. I think some people will say 45 seconds is the limit, but really you shouldn't be holding that position for longer than that. And you want to make sure that you are not compensating in other parts of your body and you're keeping your pelvis and your rib cage in the appropriate alignment. We typically have people that really need to do a plank or want to do a plank as maybe part of their yoga routine or as shoulder stability or something like that. We usually transition people from doing it against a wall first on an incline and then down against maybe a tabletop position and then maybe down against the edge of a chair. So they're gradually going more and more into that horizontal position from a vertical position. So that's what we would recommend. Once people get to a vertical position, it's very important that they are not tucking their tail and they are not bracing their stomach. So I'm going to demonstrate the two different types of what that would look like with your tail tucked and with your tail not tucked so you can see. Okay? Okay. This position, do you notice that my tail is untucked? I'm not in this position where my stomach's bulgy, but here, untucked, elongated. I hope that helps you understand a little bit more about planks and really looking at more of functional ways to work your core and to help you be a little bit safer if you are in that group of people that really wants to do a plank. It's not our recommendation, but like I said, there's worse things you could be doing for your core. All right, you can get way more information about what we do at thetummyteam.com, and we would love to help you be strong for life. Thanks so much.